2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
The Dallas Mavericks arriving at the building earlier today.
Kevin, thanks very much.
Portland is indeed one of the great cities in the NBA. David, thank you. Short a rotation play. Nothing that they can't overcome, but it does shrink their margin for error just a bit.
Missing a valued contributor, that can be a challenge. We'll see how they answer the bell.
Now a look at Dallas's starting lineup. Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Doncic out there with Josh Richardson. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3. And for Portland, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Norman Powell is out there with Robert Covington. And it's Nurkic in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Richardson against McCollum. The shot's good. Terrific talented backcourts tonight. Greg, did it ever add anything for you playing across another top-level guard?
Listen, it raises the stakes, no doubt about it. You always want the opportunity to play against the best because you want to see where you stand. But in the end, even when you know a guy's better than you, and you're going to have that be the case a lot of nights, you still know that you will have an ability to impact the outcome when it comes to winning. And that's where you have to keep your focus.
Lillard misses. A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Here's Richardson, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's going to be on Yusuf Nurkic. It's his first trip to the line.
And I like what he did at the line a season ago. How about 81%?
So he gets them both.
An efficient night from the line. This is a guy who puts in the work, and it pays dividends.
McCollum finds Lillard. And he banks in the layup.
And for someone who spends most of his time on the perimeter, Lillard's a terrific finisher inside. His moves to the basket aren't tentative. They are strong.
Doncic, and he uses the glass on the layup. Doncic has got his second basket of the night.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
Covington with it. He's picked up by Doncic. Here's Nurkic. Covington kicks to Powell. 5 to shoot. Lillard misses.
Let's give some credit to the defense for how they're guarding this guy right now, because they're refusing to let him get comfortable.
And last year, Dallas gave Porzingis the contract he was looking for to the tune of $158 million.
And Greg, credit the Dallas organization for believing in Kristaps Porzingis' talent. And now credit Porzingis, because you have to share shot attempts and usage with Luka Doncic. What has he done? He's concentrated on better rebounding, better rim protecting. This guy is all in on winning, and what a combination these two guys can be. Boy, what body control from the Slovenian forward. Doncic comfortable taking on all challengers.
McCollum kicks to Lillard. And it's Lillard again missing.
This guy cannot get started, and the offense overall has been a struggle because of it.
And Doncic throws it down.
Well, Doncic's terrific floor vision in the open floor. He also understands how to be the guy to finish.
Now here's Lillard. And there's a minute 45 left to play in the first quarter. Passes it to Nurkic. Back to Lillard.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
Well, not at the offensive end, certainly. He cannot buy a bucket right now.
Here's Doncic. Finished off the break. 10 points for Luka Doncic.
Well, they're leading in large part because of the work he's put in this quarter. This is nicely done.
Lillard, the pass to McCollum. Lillard against Doncic. And Lillard kicks to McCollum. Outside, Covington. 5 on the clock. Kicks it out to McCollum. Portland, no good that time either.
I'm sure he's kicking himself. He hates to blow that kind of opportunity.
Here's Doncic. Yes, once again, he remains perfect. 6 attempts and 6 hits.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
And the foul on Dorian Finney-Smith. That is his first foul of the game. Cantor checked in for the Trailblazers. And Fernie Simons comes in for Damian Lillard. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Dwight Powell's checked in for Maxi Kleber. Tim Hardaway Jr. comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. J.J. Redick's checked in for Josh Richardson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Doncic. And Hardaway gets it to go.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
McCollum dishes to Cantor. McCollum up top, covered by Redick. Here's Cantor. Plays it up and banks it in.
And we talk about court awareness. There, McCollum doing a beautiful job spotting the open man.
Here's Brunson. Pass to Porzingis. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him.
Well, you have to like that Cantor gets active.
And so it's the Dallas Mavericks with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. A look at the field goal percentage numbers tells this.
I'm training for the summer.
The team seems to support, Greg, that philosophy 100%.
The game has changed. Some guys would rather take a few steps back to get a cleaner look. Lillard being one of them.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And what do you think, guys, about Dallas here in this one?
Well, you come in thinking they're going to settle for perimeter jump shots. Think again.
They've certainly made the commitment to pounding the basketball into the painted area, and boy, is it paying dividends.
On the floor for Dallas, they've got Willie Cauley-Stein. J.J. Redick is out there with Jalen Brunson. Then there's Dwight Powell, and it's Hardaway in at the 3 slot. And the Mavericks making a change here. Burks is checked in, and on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, the Mavericks have their young star tandem in Luka Doncic and Kristaps Porzingis. KP said, we can be a pretty deadly duo. It's only going to be a matter of time. Once we get that two-man game going, it's going to be hard to stop. Guys, it's already hard to stop. Back to you.
A team on the rise, David. Thank you so much. Here's Simons. Brunson covering. Simons, the pass to Carmelo. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call.
He got a little ahead of himself there trying to pull the team even.
That's a big miscue, and you hate to see that happen at this point in the game.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Feeds to Cauley-Stein. And the call will be against Jusuf Nurkic. That's foul number 2 for him.
Well, that's his second foul. Does he take a more cautious approach here the rest of the half?
Here's Brunson. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Inside. Nurkic kicks to Lillard. Nailed from three-point land. Lillard's got 5.
And this is peak Dame. Rising, firing, one of the more confident shooters we have in our game.
Here's Burke, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Greg, you've always said to have a winning team, you need franchise players. Talk about the specific qualities you look for in those superstars that can catapult a team to greatness.
It's a great question, Kevin. Talent really isn't enough. You know, whether you lead vocally or by example, the agenda has to be winning, and your best players really define who your team is going to be. So a franchise caliber player is a much needed asset.
And Hardaway gets it to go.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Doncic against Lillard. To the paint, Powell. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard.
Well, you don't want to see Norman Powell settling for outside looks. Love when he goes to work down deep.
Doncic looking it over. Pass to Burke. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. It's going to be on Yusuf Nurkic. Dallas shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
Yeah, a year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line. So that's a nice all-around effort.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Porzingis is checked in for Cauley Stein. Maxi Kleber comes in for Dwight Powell. And it's Richardson in for Hardaway. Cantor dishes to McCollum. Jones, the pass to McCollum. That cuts the lead to single digits. McCollum's got his 2nd bucket of the night.
And their shots are falling now with more regularity than we saw at first.
And so it's Porzingis. He'll bring it up for Dallas. Kicks it out to Richardson. Dallas moving it around. Here's Doncic. Lucky 7 drops in. He's perfect from the floor. 7 for 7.
I'll tell you, Luka Doncic makes tough shots look easy. Boy, that close to the bucket through that much contact, nice.
And the foul on Josh Richardson. That's his first foul. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for the Mavericks. Redick comes in for Burke. Jones the pass to Cantor. And Cantor throws it down.
Boy, once Cantor establishes position on the interior, forget about it.
Mavericks leading by 9. Richardson outside. The shot goes in. First of the night. He's 1 for 3 to start the game.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Down low. McCollum kicks to Cantor. And there's the pass to Simons. It's McCollum on the wing. And there it is for him.
Yeah, field goal percentage above 50 now. Their offense is starting to show.
Richardson against McCollum. Here's the floater. And Cantor pulls it down. Trailblazers trail by 9. McCollum finds Anthony. Here's McCollum. Out to Anthony. McCollum outside. And it's good off the back rim and in. McCollum's got 6 in the quarter.
You know, you love your star players making others better, and Melo with the vision there.
Got it up. No good on the last second attempt there. And so it...
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K. Luka Doncic had a huge first quarter. He had 14 points, 2 assists. That's all for now.
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. You know, Luka Doncic has been exceptional here, guys.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
And part of that has to do with his mindset. He has been looking to push the action at every opportunity, and he has been in attack mode all night.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. On the court right now for the Trailblazers. We've got Damian Lillard. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic. Then there's Norman Powell. And Doncic. Here we go.
Luka Doncic has superstar written all over him. He's cooking.
Trailblazers trail by 7.
And Doncic was part of a draft day trade that so far seems to have worked out pretty well for both teams.
That's
and now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving. and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
And the shot is good. The Maverick lead has been cut down now to just 7 on the basket from Lillard.
What strength from Lillard, just not allowing the defense to have the last word.
Doncic outside. So Portland ends up going with the new group. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Porzingis. Mike Powell comes in for Maxi Kleber. Hardaway's checked in for Josh Richardson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Dorian Finney-Smith.
Well, they're winning largely because of this guy's play. He has been sensational.
Here's Simons. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. Doncic against Anthony. And it's Doncic missing.
They tried to stay perfect in the half, but 3 before now.
And with that, the Maverick lead is cut to just 7 points in the basket from McCollum.
And give McCollum credit. It's big for his confidence when he's able to muscle these shots in.
Passes it to Powell. Back to Doncic. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. He doesn't hit that one. The Trailblazers have gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter, 50% from the field. McCollum against Hardaway. Some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Hardaway against McCollum. That's a miss, and with it, he is 5 for 9. And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for Dallas. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Simons, the pass to Cannon. That one doesn't go. And it's Dallas the other way. Here's Doncic. Rebounded by Anthony.
Boy, that's one he wishes he could have back, especially against soft defense.
Got that bucket in no time at all. McCollum's got 5 points now this quarter.
And just a great job of controlling that defensive backboard, then getting out in transition. That's been the difference.
Mavericks leading by 6. 1:02 left in the third. Cauley Stein kicks to Hardaway. Brunson against McCollum. Brunson, good.
Well, defensively, to me, you've got to do a better job communicating once the screen comes.
Now here's McCollum. He's got 13. Rebounded by Hardaway. Here's Brunson, and he makes good on the layup. Brunson's got 6.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
Shot from free throw range. Again, McCollum missing.
Boy, he'll usually knock it down if he's left that wide open. Just comes up empty.
So both teams changing it up here. The Mavericks have gone 6 of 9 from the floor here in the second half. They've got to be happy with that. Porzingis high post. Back to Burke. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Lillard looking around. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Burke. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall.
This guy has such quality length for his position.
Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. It's Dallas. They're up by 10. From Portland, We're back in a moment. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
We call that putting it right in the pocket, and he knew what to do with it once it was there.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. On the floor for Dallas, Burke is out there with Josh Richardson. And there's Porzingis. Then there's J.J. Redick. And it's Finney Smith in a power forward.
And if you look at the stats for unassisted jump shot percentage, Lillard is always around the top. He can drain those pull-up jumpers as well as anybody in our league.
Richardson attacking. Count it.
Nicely done. They continue to attack inside, and that's 10 points in a row in the paint.
To the wing on the left. And Lillard gets it to go.
And he can score from all over the court. But Lillard at his best from mid-range. He deserves extra special attention from the defense in that in-between area. But sometimes, even then, that's not enough.
Boy, this guy just can't buy a bucket, and yet they have the advantage.
Yep, it goes. And the Dallas lead is cut down to just 6 points with the basket from Powell. The Mavericks have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. The shot from 20 feet away. Porzingis on the follow.
Amazing when you're 7'3" with great instincts. You create an opportunity to get the putback. Nice work, Kristaps Porzingis.
And Trey Burke gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Enes Kanter's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Derek Jones comes in for Robert Covington. C.J. McCollum, he's checked in for Norman Powell. And it's Simons in for Lillard. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Dallas. Mavericks leading by 8. Redick passes to Richardson. That's to Porzingis. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. Porzingis has got 4 points in the quarter.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams. Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Marjanovic checked in for Maxi Kleber. Tim Hardaway Jr. comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And Doncic is subbed in for J.J. Redick.
And what started it all, terrific anticipation on the defensive end.
And that's exactly how you get yourself into transition. The gamble pays off.
And the foul on Josh Richardson. That'll be his second foul of the game. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. McCollum passes to Kanter. Shoots from 12. That's it, and the Dallas lead is cut down now to just 10 points with that basket from McCollum.
And you can't give McCollum any space. Always a threat to pull the trigger.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Kanter. Robert Covington comes in for Anthony. Norman Powell's checked in for Derek Jones. And Damian Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. And now McCollum running the floor all by himself, and he comes up with the deuce.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
Going right to the rim, which is where you want transition opportunities to end.
Doncic against Lillard. Nurkic with the block. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Nurkic. J.J. Redick's checked in for the Mavericks. 1:49 left in the fourth. And Doncic, here we go. Yep, it counts. 26 points for Luka Doncic.
There's a burst that allows Luka Doncic to be effective on his drives. You're not going to catch him standing around. This guy is in attack mode.
A three from McCollum. Porzingis with the rebound. Porzingis has got 6 rebounds now in the game. Redick with it, now defended by McCollum. Redick passes to Doncic. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Doncic has got 6 points in the quarter.
Just another way Luka Doncic is such a tough cover. This guy's knack for getting into the painted area and converting both easy shots and contested shots.
A putback. Great positioning on the putback.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them. Guys, I think this is a game they have to feel good about as we wind through the final moments here in what looks to be a solid win for Dallas.
Their inside game was what secured them the win tonight.
They had their way in the paint, and those are all high percentage shots, but the defense couldn't stop them from getting down low.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Luka Doncic.
They simply can't stop him right now. This guy playing with passion and focus.
And the wide open shot from Redick. They get it again. Out to Doncic. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Great D that time from Nurkic. This one just all but in the books.
Yeah, too many points, not enough time.
Now Hardaway. So no problem for Dallas as they get the win. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's good.
For the land of the free.
Welcome to 2K Sports for another edition of NBA. Looking now at the lineups for both teams tonight. Some names out of action.
And some uncertainty arises when both teams are missing players. Who is better able to weather the storm and take care of business?
And the Clippers starting five. They've got Paul George. Batum is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins, and it's Beverly in at the one. And for the Trailblazers, pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Powell in at the small forward. George against McCollum. We have an awesome backcourt battle tonight, Steve. Let me ask, are we in a guard-centric league right now?
We are, Kevin. I mean, we've always had great guards, and they lead you through championships with their leadership and their play, along with the big guy. But what's happening right now, Kevin, the big man is playing like a guard. The skill level of these 7-footers to be able to shoot threes, dribble, pass. So it does seem like a guard-centric league right now because everybody can play that position.
Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. And George, here we go. Bucket is good.
Slippery play by Paul George to get inside. He ends up right where he wanted to be for the shot.
Lillard against Beverly. And the basket is good.
Terrific play. This is why you run your offense through him and live with the results.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. And Batum kicks to George. And the pass to Cousins. And then Cousins with the dunk.
DeMarcus Cousins made sure that one went down. High percentage dunk for DeMarcus.
McCollum feeling it out a bit. Dishes to Lillard. Launches it. And it's the Clippers with the rebound.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
A 3 from Leonard. And the rebound by Nurkic. Blazers on offense, trailing by 2. Here's McCollum. And the Trailblazers getting another bucket right there.
What a professional. McCollum's reliability on offense is such a gift to his team.
Leonard the pass to George. Tries it from 9. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It goes on C.J. McCollum. The Clippers shooting their first free throws of the game.
Yeah, and 79% from the line as a team a season ago. Pretty reliable in that regard.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Enes Kanter's checked in for Nurkic. Carmelo Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. And it's Derek Jones in for McCollum. And then for Los Angeles, Zubac is checked in for Cousins. Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Leonard inside. He's against Kanter.
The inside just a bit too congested for him to get the usual shot he would have with rhythm.
Morris dishes to Leonard. Cans the 12-footer.
Great rhythm on the catch and shoot. Kawhi showing us what's good.
Trailblazers trail by 3. 1:44 left in the first quarter. Morris against Lillard. Keeps it alive and staying with the play, Anthony.
Hard work and soft hands, guys. That's what made that play possible.
No simple offensive rebound there. Going for the tip in. Here's Zubac. Takes it out to Leonard. Another shot. And he lays it up and in. Leonard's got his second bucket.
Aggressive D there, but then again, Kawhi finishes through contact almost as well as anyone.
Lillard against Rondo. From the high post. Here's Cantor. Lays it up off the glass.
And usually amongst the leaders in their offensive rebound rate, Cantor gives your team found points off misses.
Now, here's Zubats. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Here's George. And it's in there.
Poor interior defense. If you play him soft, he's going to kill you.
Lillard against Rondo.
The struggle is real. He's been way off with his shot all evening long.
6-second difference between the shot and game clock. George with the bucket.
I mean, a great look by Kawhi, aware of what the defense is trying to do, understands the spacing.
Lillard surveying the D. Over Rondo. Misses off the right iron.
Missing that one helps out all the analytical guys from the mid-range.
And that does it for the first quarter. Los Angeles on top, up by 5. And when Damian Lillard's in the flow, there is no stopping him.
I think in the past, anytime I got into a rhythm.
Greg, this is why they say there's no substitute for experience.
And I agree. And, you know, sometimes guys need to learn to be more selfish at times. You also learn, if it ain't broke, keep going with it. Ride the hot hand.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Especially at the start. You want to get something positive going and establish your rhythm.
They've got Enes Kanter. Derek Jones is out there with Anthony. Then there's McCollum. And it's Simons in at the point guard position. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Here's Simons, guarded by Jackson. Stolen by Jackson. And here's the fast break. Kennard, the pass to Zubats. And that one, good. Zubats has got the lead up to 7 now for Los Angeles.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Here in the second quarter with a little over a minute gone. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him. For the Clippers, Cousins comes in for Ivica Zubats. And it's Batum in for Morris. Greg, 11 years for you in the NBA. You had to have some favorite players that you played besides and with.
You know, it's a great call, and there were a ton of them. A few guys, though, Wilson. Gary Payton, I got a chance to play with Gary for a year and have known him. We used to go at it in high school, and it's really about his personality. This is a guy that constant chatter, practice on the court. That's what fed his confidence. Charles Oakley, another guy. He would run through a wall or through you to win a game. And then Scottie Pippen later in my career, just a winner and somebody who I competed against for many years, but then having the opportunity to play with up close, I got a greater appreciation for his skill set.
Kennard, the pass to Cousins. Back to Kennard. Fires the 3. Moves back up. Beyond the arc. And Batum with the basket on the assist by Cousins. Batum's got his first 3 points of the game.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Simons, the pass to McCollum. Some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Oh, good with the triple.
Boy, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Jackson has the open look. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Trailblazers trail by 7. Pass to Simons. Back to Kanter. and easy 2 points on the layup. Cantor's got 4 points in the quarter.
And the coaching staff doesn't have any issue putting the ball in Cantor's hands inside. And why not? That part of his game is very refined.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for the Clippers. Kennard kicks to Beverly. Pass to Cousins. Here's Kennard. And the Clippers miss again. And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break. And it's Lillard missing. Clippers leading by 5. Changes up. He lays it in. Mann's got his first points in this one.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
At some point, when you recognize someone's this out of rhythm, you have to shift to something else.
Kennard finds Cousins, and they double up Cousins. A solo fast break. Finished off the break.
You know, often we think of Dame as a scorer first, but they're reminding us of his great ability to pass the rock.
Right wing. Beverly against Lillard. Now here's Beverly, guarded closely. Cousins, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of and yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Outside for Batum. Here's Cousins. Here's Mann. So a tie game here as we finish the first half.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And we hope you enjoyed the first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. They were always within striking distance. And that's
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Paul George really making a difference here.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
And it's not like everything's been at the rim. There's been a number of jump shots along the way.
Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverly. Then there's Batum. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Cousins in at the 5 spot. Lillard misses.
Meeting right at the rim. He typically converts in those situations. Not this time.
George with no one around. Good. And it's Cousins picking up the assist.
He's been doing this a long time. George can hurt you from outside, inside, and everywhere in between.
Covington finds Lillard. The Trailblazers with a new shot clock. Here's McCollum. Pass to Nurkic. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's on DeMarcus Cousins.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
Portland, they have made their only other free throw attempt today in an earlier trip to the line.
You know, it took Nurkic a while to kind of establish himself as a starting center in the NBA, but it didn't take long to see it's a role he deserves.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Anthony's checked in for Robert Covington. Jones comes in for Norman Powell. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard.
And with those long strides, it takes Paul George no time to get to the rim.
Fires from the line, and he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
Easy little jumper for him right there, guys.
The pass to George. He feeds it to Morris. He can't get it to go, so the Trailblazers will take it the other way. Here's Simons, banked in off the glass. Simons has got the game tied up here for Portland.
Boy, you could see their confidence growing. They have reason to believe.
Yeah, the reason is they tied it up, but it took a lot of focus and a lot of energy. We'll see if they can sustain this effort.
Rondo. Morris finds Zubats. Morris inside, covered by Anthony. Morris with the bucket. Morris has got his first 2 points.
3 out of 4 coming out of the half, showing good execution on the offensive end.
Out to Anthony. Back to McCollum. And that one drops.
Nice touch there from McCollum. Looking comfortable and confident from that range.
Morris looking over the floor. Here's Leonard. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Leonard's got 6 points.
And you can tell the defender not anticipating the step back. He was headed in the opposite direction.
Passes it to Simons. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Simons has got 4 points in the quarter. Ray, can you really compare players from completely different eras? I mean, people love to talk about the greatest of all time.
You know, Kev, some players do
Excellent pass, PG-13, keeping his eyes up, using his vision.
George against McCollum. Anthony, the pass to McCollum. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Cantor checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Robert Covington comes in for Carmelo Anthony. Norman Powell's checked in for Derek Jones. And Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Damian Lillard. That is his first foul of the game. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Leonard kicks to Cousins. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. He's got 6.
If you thought that was an easy score for DeMarcus, you're right. He has endless moves to work with in the painted area.
Trailblazers moving the ball around. Lillard, the pass to Cantor. Back to Lillard. Trailblazers keep it alive. Second chance shot. 2 points. That one goes. Lillard's got the lead up to 1 now for the Trailblazers. Pass to Kennard. Back to Beverly. He kicks it to Cousins. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. 8 points for DeMarcus Cousins.
I love the patience Beverly has developed with the ball in his hands. Terrific find.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Lillard against Beverly. Lillard, the pass to Cantor. Back to Lillard. Shot clock at 5. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. They push it up 4 on 3. Kennard for 3. And the miss. 3 quarters of play in a close game here. Clippers lead by 1. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game. And it's presented as always by State Farm.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Let me tell you, when you can run offense through your bigs, you give the defense just another thing it has to try and take away.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Enes Kanter, and it's Powell in at the 3 spot. That's the group on the floor for Portland.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
Pass to Lillard. Oh, that's offensive interference. A different look now for Portland. Carmelo Anthony is checked in for Robert Covington. Derek Jones comes in for Norman Powell. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. Outside Jackson. To the inside, Cousins. That shot misses. Excellent D from Kanter. And it's Anthony with the ball for the Portland Trail Blazers. It's a 3-point game. Cousins against McCollum. And it goes down 2 points.
That pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Hey, if you're not going to fight over, you're essentially giving the shooter the look he wants.
Beverly dishes to Cousins. Excellent D from Kanter.
Offensively, that's how you want to end the possession, except for the result.
McCollum, no good. For Los Angeles, they've gone 1 of 4 since the end of the 3rd quarter. Stolen away. Fast break. Here come the Trailblazers. McCollum with the ball. There's the triple. And it's rebounded by DeMarcus Cousins. Cousins has got rebound number 7 for him tonight. And the dunk by Jackson.
With a high basketball IQ and improving playmaking abilities, Luke's growing as a distributor.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Kawhi Leonard's checked in for the Clippers. Paul George comes in for Reggie Jackson. Zubac is checked in for Los Angeles. Marcus Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. And out of bounds as the Trailblazers gain possession. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Lillard against Beverly to take the lead. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. Lillard's got the lead up to 1 now for Portland. And Beverly kicks to Zubac. Beverly feeling it out a bit. Morris right side. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. And oh, here we go. Lillard's got the fast break chance. The shot, no good. The Clippers go the other way with it. Powell with the steal. Stolen by George. And George with the stop.
Paul George loves these situations. The bigger the moment, the more he wants to deliver.
Lillard outside. And the shot is good.
Proof positive that Lillard is worthy. That's talent you can build a franchise around.
Now, here's George. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Way to attack there and then create the contact.
He drops the first one, and that ties the game up.
You know, no one produces like Paul George does. He elevates your team's abilities in any situation.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. McCollum's checked in.
No doubt about those free throws. This is why you put the ball in his hands.
Outside, Covington. From downtown. Offensive rebound. Nurkic gets it out to Covington. Lillard with no one around. Sinks the three-pointer.
He lives for moments like this because he wants to be the guy to hit the clutch shot.
McCollum against George. 59 seconds. Oh, what a play!
Big-time basket at a big-time moment.
This is why we all watch. The NBA is about these moments.
For the Clippers, DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Zubac, and it's Batum for Morris. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will retain possession. Puts it up off the inbound, and the coach's challenge has been issued. Close game like this, out of the wire, this is what it's for.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Well, guys, over the break, I was able to listen to Tyronn Lue's huddle. This game is close, and he told his players, hey, guys, this is when it's fun, right? This is a close game, and this is when you get to show what you're made of. Right here, right now. Kevin, we'll see how they respond.
And when it matters most, the coach has the confidence that McCollum will deliver.
Yes!
No moment is ever too big for Paul George. He remains confident in the clutch.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
First free throw is good, and that makes it a 3-point lead. Second one is good. Being both at the line, and it's a 4-point ball game.
Nice job extending the lead and making this a 2-possession game now.
George against McCollum. He hits the first one, and that narrows the lead down to just 3. And George drops them both.
And that makes it a 1-possession game, guys. Got to be the biggest free throws of the game thus far.
Lillard against Batum. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line.
No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 4-point ball game.
And that's a wrap. Those free throws being the nail in the coffin.
And so the big win by Portland in a tight game. It was up for grabs right until the all right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony. Up next, the welcome, folks. Thanks for tuning in. And a look at the status here of both teams' injured players and who will not be in the lineup.
And some uncertainty arises when both teams are missing players. Who is better able to weather the storm and take care of business?
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Norman Powell. And it's Nurkic in at the pivot spot manning the middle. And for Denver, Jokic is out there with Gordon. Then it's Porter. Then it's Rivers. And a wide open look for McCollum. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. McCollum's got the opening basket of the game for Portland. Rivers passes to Jokic. McCollum against Rivers. And then Rivers with the dunk.
You see the quickness from Rivers right there. He's good at probing inside when he gets a chance.
Lillard outside. Misses the three. About 1 minute into the first quarter. Campazzo covered by Lillard. Inside. Here's Jokic, and he uses the glass on the layup.
This is where Jokic is most comfortable. The closer he is to the rim, the more effective he becomes.
Lillard scanning the floor. No good from outside. For Denver, they've gone 2 or 3 here to start out the game. And Robert Covington picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. First quarter, about a minute and a half in. There's the double team with Covington. Pass to Rivers. On the wing, Gordon. Defended by Covington. Clock at 4. Here's Porter. Rebound by the Trailblazers.
And Yusuf Nurkic, missing a whole calendar year not too long ago, was still involved with the team during that stretch and was a fixture on their bench.
Yeah, shout out to my boy Nurkic, but hey, bro, you had some wild shirts on the sideline. I couldn't even watch the game. You was over there dizzying cats up. But I know you were doing your thing, but he would use clothing to call out other players, teams, and commentators. Nurkic doesn't mince words, and I'm glad he's back and playing.
Passes to Gordon. Nurkic with the block.
His coaches and teammates like this type of energy. Nurkic demonstrating that he could be an anchor on the defense.
How? Porter pulls it in. Out of bounds, Portland takes possession. Both teams deciding to change it up. Portland's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. And the basket by McCollum. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. Here's Harrison, covered by Lillard. Right side Millsap. Got a piece of it. Kicks it out to Gordon. Rivers against McCollum. Rivers dishes to Millsap. Rivers trying to get open. And it's good for 2.
And with long arms and great strength, Millsap can make plays bigger than his actual size.
Here's Lillard. Misses off the left iron.
That's high-quality defense right there. Reading the situation, reacting, and making that a very tough jump shot.
I mean, shades of Vlade Divac there. Jokic is one of the best passing bigs playing in the game today.
And Shaquille Harris gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. And the Nuggets making a change here. Green's checked in. And then for the Trailblazers, Jones checked in for Norman Powell. And it's Simons in for Lillard. And yes, it's good.
And it's not easy trying to defend McCollum in the pick and roll. He does a nice job threading the needle in these sets.
Harrison passes to Gordon. That one's not going to go. Excellent D that time from Jones. To the middle, here's McCollum. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
And just a solid way to start the game. 4-5.
52 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Rivers with Jones covering. They kick it out to Green. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Gordon. With 1 on the clock, and it's Gordon finishing it off.
And offensive rebounding really about timing and positioning there. Gordon using both to burn the D.
26 seconds left here in the first quarter. And here's Green. He'll bring it up for the Denver Nuggets. Inside. The pass to Harrison. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
That free throw good from Harrison. McCollum with the ball. He's got 8. Down low. Gets it off. Oh, and he nails it just in time.
1 eye on the rim, 1 on the clock.
And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Nuggets ahead, up 1. And we'll be back shortly for the start.
What we've learned is staying together.
And Greg, of course, he helps keep everyone on the same page.
He communicates well with his teammates, and he listens. That's why they trust him. The discussions go both ways.
And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And from what we've been watching, guys, with the Nuggets, what are you seeing out there?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Old school approach. I mean, if you have a favorable matchup inside, just keep pounding it in there.
They've got Porter. JaMychal Green is out there with JaVale McGee. And it's Harrison in at the 2. That's the group on the floor for Denver. Here's Lillard. And it's off the back rim. No good.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
This isn't like him, and he knows it. The best thing they can do is try to get him more easy looks.
That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2. Greg, you and I have talked about how the NBA Finals used to be tape delayed. What's the value of fans getting to see the broadcast live now as opposed to tape delayed as it was back in the 70s?
Isn't that weird to even think that that's
the
case?
I know
but,
it.
You know, I think, Kev, that the fans, they just feel more connected to their favorite teams, the end players. It creates more anxiety, right? Because nowadays there's nothing that can happen that you don't know about it, whether you see it or not. So live sports, especially the NBA Finals, the anticipation, that anxiety that we talked about, man, I'm still a fan to this day in a different way. So I can only imagine when you have a personal vested interest in the team, what that's got to feel like.
Edge of your seat, you're right. Jokic has checked in for JaMychal Green. The feed to Nurkic, and that one goes out of bounds. That's touched by Porter.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
Well, just trying to prevent the opposition from getting comfortable. Next time, that one might get picked.
Derek Jones, he's checked in for Portland. Lillard, and he makes good on the layup.
Well, talking about Lillard, he's so good as a scorer in the paint. I mean, probably just as good as any point guard.
Well, you look at the career that Dame Lillard has had so far. Taken 6th in the 2012 draft out of Weber State, a small school, but this guy became a franchise player immediately for the Blazers.
Jokic, no good.
He doesn't get the finish, but the D's got to be quicker to rotate and stop him from getting to the rim.
And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Porter kicks to Jokic. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 or 3 so far. And thinking of Lillard, the numbers over his career are incredible.
And Lillard found his strength as a shooter, and boy, did he exploit it. He's been averaging 20 points per game almost his entire career, and he's kept adding to his game as one of the elite players in our league.
And it's slammed in by Jones.
And terrific floor awareness. I mean, it's obvious Covington has a great feel for when his teammates are wide open.
McGee bounce pass. Jones against Porter. That's tipped. Jokic against Nurkic. That's good, and he's now 3 for 4 from the field.
Sometimes he seems to be indestructible with the finishes he can make. Jokic is a force down low.
Lillard from deep three-point land. The Trailblazers rebound. The shot, no good. The Nuggets leading by 3. Powell against Porter. It's good. It's his second basket. He's shooting 2 for 4.
Yeah, just phenomenal at using that vertical on the offensive boards. Porter just gifted at coming up with second and third chance opportunities.
And Michael Porter is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. A different look for Denver. Paul Millsap is checked in for JaVale McGee. Gordon comes in for Michael Porter. And it's Austin Rivers in for Shaquille Harrison. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Enes Kanter's checked in for Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. McCollum's checked in for Norman Powell. And it's Simons in for Lillard. Millsap against Anthony. Pass to Gordon. And it's Gordon with the finish.
And we all know Gordon isn't just going to lay it up. He's going for the throwdown every time.
McCollum deciding where to go with it. Up again and staying with the play, Anthony.
He makes so many hustle plays, and here he's working the offensive glass to the tip.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. This is to Gordon. Pass to Jokic. Score the basket. His fourth. He's only missed 1 of his 5 shots tonight.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Here's McCollum. 10 points for him. Here's Kanter. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass.
And check out Jokic using not just his length, but also the...
Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. A pretty close game from the Nuggets throughout the first quarter. They didn't get more than a 1-possession. And that should...
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. C.J. McCollum really making a difference here.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And as they can't slow him down, you know what you do? You keep feeding them and feeding them and feeding them. This is the right game plan.
Here's who Terry Stotts is starting the second half with. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Norman Powell is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Nurkic in at the 5, roaming the paint.
And last season, Lillard doing more playmaking than prior years, a career high in assists from him.
Well, we all know that Dame can score whenever he wants to. This team is better when he's setting others up. Lillard knows that. I expect him to continue to spread the ball around. McCollum is an aggressive shooter, solid ball handler who effortlessly switches to his shooting motion instantaneously.
Denver leading by 3. Gordon with it. Lillard picks him up. Lillard against Gordon. Up and in on the layup. Gordon's got 6.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Lillard outside. Porter with a block.
And, you know, as he learns the game at this level, he's going to block more shots. Porter has the length and the ability to move his feet.
Campazzo, covered by Lillard, doesn't get it to drop for him. Trailblazers trail by 5. Powell, no one around him. Nice open look, but it's no good. And so it's Rivers with it. He'll bring it up for the Denver Nuggets. And Jokic slams it in. And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the officials.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
He hits both from the stripe. Hey, Greg, you played in a different era of NBA defense. When you look at how defense is played now in the league, how do you feel about it?
Kevin, I think the introduction of the zone, by and large, has been great. You get a lot more switching, and I think it brings more skill into the game. Don't get me wrong. I do miss the physicality that we had back in the 90s, but I tell you what, right now, my body wishes I had the opportunity to play in this era.
I bet it does.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
McCollum outside.
That's the only way to hold him in check. He's got it inside. You got to have a body on him right away.
And then Gordon with the dunk.
Yeah, letting it rip. They're just having fun right now.
But they're playing well as a unit, taking shots they know they can make and building this lead.
Here's McCollum. Yes, indeed, it is good. He's now 8 for 14.
Oh, he's got to roll in this quarter, taking it on himself to guide their offense.
Gordon against Jones. Left side, Gordon. And then Gordon with the dunk.
Not one to shy away from contact. It's all part of the toughness that Gordon brings to the table.
An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Lillard with no one around. Portland with a new 14. A second chance effort, and the layup is good. Lillard's got 6 points.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Yeah, it's the attack mindset. I mean, that helped him prevail right there. Sometimes you just got to go with your gut.
Stolen away, and now Portland on the break. Count it.
But Lillard is always going to be aggressive on offense as he looks to catch the defense off guard.
46 seconds left to play here in the third. Here's Harrison, and he throws it down hard with one hand.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that dunk.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
What a performer this guy is. He relishes the chance to hammer it down.
Powell for 3. The open shot, Lillard. Again, the Trailblazers score.
He's getting hotter the deeper we get into this game. I mean, he didn't give them much of anything in the first half.
Powell for 3. Rebounded by McGee. Morris against Lillard. Morris right side. Nurkic with the block. And it's good, but hold on. The officials may want to look at that one on the replay monitor. Well, we thought the third quarter was over, but it turns out the officials are going to review the play to see if he released the ball before the ball. And so it's Denver heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific. We'll return shortly. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate, and how about the setup this was?
This is the versatility you need to play in today's game. 2 guards have to be able to make plays for others.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks, as always, for joining us. Millsap and Jokic, the big men. Then it's Michael Porter. Then it's Aaron Gordon. That's the group on the floor for Denver. And it's Jokic missing. Trailblazers trail by 7, and Aaron Gordon gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. And here's McCollum. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's going to be on Jokic.
And even though he's undersized, McCollum is just a tenacious scorer. He's a confident shooter that can catch fire quickly.
And so McCollum nails both of them. The Nuggets leading by 5. Outside Gordon. And the layup's good off the glass.
With the second half he's having, I mean, his field goal percentage is way up there.
McCollum against Porter. And it's McCollum off the drive. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Look at the fearlessness of McCollum. Smaller guard is willing to get whacked when he's going to the rack.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Enes Kanter. Robert Covington comes in for Anthony. Norman Powell's checked in for Jones. And Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. Campazzo covered by Lillard. Rebound by Nurkic.
He hasn't chipped in with many points tonight. Good thing he has the guys around him to carry the weight.
And Michael Porter is going to pick up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Rivers, he's checked in for Paul Millsap. Three-pointer, Lillard knocks down the 3-ball. Lillard's got 11 points here in just the second half.
And he's got his first 3 of the game. Took more than a half to do it, though.
Outside Porter. Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it. And the basket by Gordon.
Such a consistent night for him from the field. Whenever they've needed it, he's been their safety valve.
Lillard outside. Rebound by the Nuggets. Jokic has got 6 rebounds now in the game. Here's Gordon, and then Gordon with the dunk.
And when Gordon is hot, boy, he is fun to watch. And you can tell he's having fun as well.
And being over the limit this early really can affect your aggressiveness defensively. They have got to play under control.
No free throws good from Lillard.
And they came out of the locker room after halftime with a much more physical approach than what we saw in that first half.
On the wing, Gordon. Powell against Porter. Here's Gordon. The dunk and the foul. A powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. It's going to be on Yusuf Nurkic. The Trailblazers making a switch here. McCollum's checked in. Free throw good. Gordon.
And there's no question that Gordon is a talented player, and it's clear he wants to be a star in this league.
Lillard, right side. They get it back, and Covington stays with it.
And, folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Passes it to Rivers. Gordon with it. Stolen by McCollum. Fast break. Here come the Trailblazers. Lillard with the ball.
Lillard, he's an exceptional player. He's a guy you trust to make the right decision in these moments.
Gordon against Covington. On pass to Gordon. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. To the paint. Count it. And the Nugget lead has been cut to just 1 point on the basket from McCollum.
Love the poise of McCollum. He looks comfortable shooting in crucial moments of the game.
The pass to Rivers. He kicks to Gordon. Poked away. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Nuggets hold its own possession. Carmelo Anthony is checked in for the Trailblazers. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. The putback. It's good on the putback. And the Nuggets lead by 3.
Boy, they needed that one. And Gordon delivers. His productive habits really paying off there.
Here's Lillard. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Lillard's got 17 points here in the second half.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
It's a lazy effort. Let's just be honest. Hoping the shooter misses, that doesn't constitute defense.
Campazzo, covered by Lillard, taken away by Anthony. Lillard, right side. Good on the shot.
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Yeah, he approached that one with total confidence. He has what it takes to come through in the clutch.
Rivers against McCollum. Count it!
And credit the focus. Rivers, he could have given in to the defense, but he stuck through it.
Lillard with it, and it's Gordon picking him up. All alone. It's good.
Clutch is Lillard's middle name. Time and time again. This guy comes through for his squad.
Now Rivers. Pass to Jokic. Back to Rivers. Just 5 to shoot. Jokic inside. He's guarded by Nurkic. Yes!
Calm and collected in the game's biggest moments. You can rely on Jokic when you need a basket.
Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. Good!
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with the pass.
Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. They trail by 1. 1 second left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
And they've got enough time left to get a good look. It's got to be quick, but it doesn't have to be a heave. You can still catch, turn, and shoot. They've got 1 shot at it here, obviously. It's a make-or-break situation.
And now, a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, Damian Lillard.
And he's played this entire game on his front foot, Kevin. I mean, driving the lane, going to the rim with purpose, and getting those points the hard way.
Count the basket.
And just paying attention to the details and makes great reads offensively. Jokic is so comfortable with the catch and shoot.
And so And with...
Hey, Kevin,
It might indeed, David. Well said. Thank you for that report. And they'll have some minutes to make up for with an injury in their roster.
Missing a valued contributor, that could be a challenge. We'll see how they answer the bell.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic, and it's Powell in at the 3 slot. And for the Mavericks, Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Luka Doncic out there with Josh Richardson, and it's Finney Smith in at the small forward position. And tonight, a battle between conference rivals. These teams, Brent, know each other very well.
Very few surprises for either opponent tonight in this game, Kevin. I think they actually send Christmas cards to one another. They know each other that well. Who is going to execute when it matters? That's going to be the difference.
And you want more of this from Doncic. He's good at reading shot trajectories. Love his aggressiveness.
Here's Lillard. Hits. Got that one from Nurkic.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Yeah, you just can't afford to give up second chance opportunities again and again.
Now, here's Doncic. Good work there as it goes.
And certainly not lacking in confidence. When Doncic gets these inside looks, he just jumps all over.
Lillard against Doncic. Goes up to the stripe. Lillard misses.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
A guy who just continues to earn more minutes. You know, Finney Smith is tough, and Greg, he is effective.
He seems to become a better rebounder every year. More efficient. He'll take charges, commits hard fouls. And I don't think we've seen his ceiling. Finney Smith is a guy you can win with.
Guys, this offense very effective.
And guys, the defense has been no match. They've just picked them apart.
I like seeing Josh Richardson distribute the ball, especially when his teammates are wide open. That makes for an easy pass.
Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Lillard surveying the D. Up and in, it's good. First basket of the game for him. 1 for 4 shooting.
And there's the problem. Lillard just too quick and too shifty to stop cold on any dribble drive.
From about 19 feet, Finney Smith passes to Doncic. Count that one. Doncic has got 8 points.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Here's Lillard. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Pass to Nurkic. McCollum with the ball. Back to Nurkic. Portland moving the ball around. Powell, no one around him, and a miss there on the triple.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
And some changes here for the Mavericks. Powell, he's checked in for Maxi Kleba. Hardaway comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Doncic. The Trailblazers also changing it up. Cantor checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
A 3 from McCollum. That one's no good. 0 of 1 to begin the game. A pass to Porzingis. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Always the connection with the teammate. That time Porzingis in the right spot.
Here's McCollum. It's rebounded by Dallas. Richardson left side. Here's Powell, and the layup is good.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Here's Simons. He's still scoreless so far in this one, and they pick up 2.
I'm not sure who was supposed to be on him that possession. I mean, apparently neither did the defenders.
Brunson the pass to Porzingis. Back to Brunson. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist.
And boy, have they come out strong, really pounding the offensive board for second chance points.
Here's McCollum. Mavericks with the rebound. Powell's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Richardson, and Cantor pulls it down. And so it's Anthony bringing it up for the Portland Trail Blazers, down by 12. The shot's good from Cantor.
A reliable finisher who can score in a multitude of ways. Cantor is a tough cover down low.
Now the pass to Powell. To the inside. Here's Porzingis. Got a hand on it, and he recovers it. And so it's the Dallas Mavericks going into the break with a 10-point lead. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And what do you think, guys, about Dallas here in this one?
Well, pounding the boards is one way to gain an advantage. They simply owned the glass in that first.
Well, if you get physical out there, you can control the glass, and that helps you to control the pace of the game.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, as the second quarter gets going. On the court for the Mavericks, we've got Tim Hardaway Jr. Cauley Stein is out there with Dwight Powell. Then there's J.J. Redick, and it's Burke in at the 1 spot. Lillard with it, now guarded by Redick. Shot is good, and the Mavericks lead is cut down now to just 10 points with that basket from Lillard.
Big-time drive from Lillard, and the contact, he has the mindset just to slough it off.
Burke dishes to Cauley Stein. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Yeah, Cauley Stein can get up there, and the guards know that, so available for an oop at any time.
Now, here's Lillard. Burke covering. Here's the 3. Again, the miss by Lillard.
With him struggling tonight, they need to find some other options out there.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. The solo alley-oop? That's not something we see too often.
Timed perfectly. Caught the defense totally off guard. Here's Lillard. And it's Lillard again missing. And Enes Kanter picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. And some changes here for the Mavericks. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Powell. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Hardaway. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Burke. Here's Doncic. Finds the open look, and it's on target. Doncic has got 10 points in the game.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Yeah, he's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
And now the fast break. Doncic with the ball. And the dunk by Doncic.
Well, this is when you start to talk about Redick not just always looking for offense, clearly looking for teammates there.
So timeout called here, the first for Portland. I'm sure you've got a list, Greg, of players you've visited with over the years who you really enjoy spending some time with and talking to.
I mean, there's so many, Kevin. A couple guys, and there is a little bias as a point guard, but Damian Lillard and Steph Curry and Chris Paul, 3 guys that, you know, I enjoy sitting down and talking shop with. Giannis, you know, witnessing his journey to greatness. All the while, he remains humble and really appreciates his position. So several of these guys, I'm also not just an analyst, partner, but a fan, and a big fan of theirs.
You are a fan indeed. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter.
He creates such a great opportunity right at the rim, and he just can't get it to go. Even with the defense not really a factor.
Hits. Count that one from Nurkic.
Well, Nurkic is so big, does a great job, and fends off the defense on his way to the score.
Now, here's Doncic. Defense is right there. 2 open that time. Made it look too easy. Redick's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. 1:56 left in the second quarter. Simons, that's in, and he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim. and get the finish.
Now, here's Doncic. Tight defense on him. Cauley Stein's shot is good.
And how about the vision there from Doncic? Can make the easy pass and also the difficult.
Here's Simons. Leba defending. With the putback. There's Nurkic putting it right back in. Nurkic has got 4 points now in the quarter.
And that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the tip-in.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it? Cauley Stein, the second chance points on the tip-in. Cauley Stein's got 6.
It took a little bit of time, but now he's taking the pen off the cap and putting his mark on this game.
Simons, the pass to Nurkic. That's his 4th basket of the game, and he's only taken 4 shots. Off to a good start.
Yeah, they've raised their shooting percentage in this quarter, and they're starting to get on track.
Inside, Cauley Stein. And Cauley Stein throws it down.
Cauley Stein positioned himself early and then found the reward there as he collected the ball and threw it through.
Simons, the pass to Powell. Here's Simons. He's got 6. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Just 5 on the clock. That one good for 2. He's got 8.
Yeah, they've gotten into a nice flow this quarter.
Mavericks leading by 15. There's 14 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Out to Doncic. To the paint. Porzingis inside.
Porzingis finishing strong that time. No doubt about that one.
Lillard fires away from way outside. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And so it's Dallas. Feeling good about their 17-point lead heading into the
2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Luka Doncic had a huge first quarter. He had 12 points, 2 assists, and 1 rebound. And Kenny. And that.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. You know, Luka Doncic has been exceptional here, guys.
Definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
Yeah, you want these kind of nights where you can start to see those openings before they happen.
On the floor for Portland. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Powell is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Nurkic in at the 5. Doncic with it. Now guarded by Nurkic. Sinks it. And the shot from Porzingis.
Yeah, you want Porzingis, especially with that kind of size, if you're the coaching staff, to go in and dominate on the glass. Do something on the interior. We're seeing that now.
Here's Lillard. Again, the Trailblazers score.
Now, that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
And the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
Here's Doncic. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Doncic has got 14.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Well, just ripping through right there as he finds the open spot and gets right through there. High basketball IQ play.
Covington, and he banks in the layup.
And how about that? Coming out to start the half, a perfect 3 of 3.
Mavericks leading by 15.
And you look at Robert Covington, first team all-defense in 2018, the kind of versatile stopper that every team in the league could use.
The wide open look here for Porzingis. Richardson gets a wide open look, and too long on the shot.
I saw a green light there. The D's not going to get away with that kind of lapse all that often here tonight.
And the basket by McCollum. And Covington may be not a star, but he's a winning player. We've seen that.
And the perfect example of that 3-and-D role player can guard 4 or 5 positions and can definitely sling it from outside.
Doncic passes to Porzingis. Good. Porzingis has got 4 points now in the quarter.
That's 3 of 4 here to start the half.
Here is Lillard. He has 6. Got 3 off the mark.
But only the first miss of the second half. They've come out here with authority.
No one near Doncic as he lets it fly, but they recover it. Nurkic against Kleber. Down low. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Tough to match up with the length of Porzingis, and when he's floating around there, sometimes those rebounds are going to come up, and he's just too big to not get some.
Wasted no time on that one. He's got 9.
Yeah, that's 2 straight 3-pointers they've allowed.
And Lillard is going to pick up a foul. That is his first foul of the game. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Dwight Powell's checked in for Maxi Kleber. Tim Hardaway Jr. comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Burke, he's checked in for Josh Richardson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Luka Doncic. Hardaway for 3. Can't hit that one. And the Trailblazers going the other way. Cantor with it. Now guarded by Porzingis. Anthony looking it over. He dishes it to Jones. He feeds it to Cantor. Tipped away. Stolen by Brunson. And here we go. The Mavericks on a fast break. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Porzingis is doubled. Outside Hardaway. Pass to Burke. 5 on the clock. And now Jones running the floor all by himself.
And Kevin, even though they're down, he's still looking to do the spectacular, and he did.
Well, maybe this is the best time to do it. Dallas leading by 11. Stripped away. And now Portland on the break. Here's Simons. And with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits. Simons has got 10 points. And here's Brunson. He'll bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. They led by as many as 18 points. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, GA. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
J.J. Redick's checked in for Dallas. McCollum's checked in for the Trailblazers.
So many different offenses that Tim Hardaway Jr. has played in, but he's trying to improve in his on-court awareness. A good show of it there.
Now here's McCollum. Burke covering. McCollum no good.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area. Worked that one inside nicely.
There's 21 seconds left in the third. McCollum feeling it out a bit. Shoots over Burke, and he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. McCollum's got 7 points here in this quarter. Now Brunson. 1 second left. And he hits the buzzer beater.
Resourceful move there, ending the period.
And so it's the Dallas Mavericks looking at a 13-point lead heading into the next quarter. What a night they've had in terms of their shooting. Everything dropping in for them. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Kleber is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. J.J. Redick is out there with Jalen Brunson. And it's Hardaway in at the 3 spot. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. And the shot goes in from Kristaps Porzingis. You know, Greg, when you were in New York, you were on a super team of sorts. Compare that to the super teams they're forming now in the NBA.
We've always had super teams. And this misnomer that this is something that's just come about with this era is, to me, absurd. You've always had it. Whether the difference nowadays is I think the players have more say in where they go. And they can orchestrate how a team is constructed. But it's always existed. And the reality is this. You become a super team when you win a lot.
Sure.
And that's what really dictates how super your team is.
Here's Hardaway, and he gets the bucket.
They are attacking the rim and getting great results.
Trailblazers trail by 19. And J.J. Redick picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Richardson, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Luka Doncic comes in for Jalen Brunson. And then for the Trailblazers, Nurkic checked in for Cantor. Robert Covington comes in for Carmelo Anthony. And it's Powell in for Derek Jones. Hardaway from outside. And it's Portland with the rebound. And here's McCollum for three. Rebounded by Hardaway. Dallas leading by 19 points. It's good.
At 7-3, Porzingis with no trouble seeing over the defense. Excellent pass and a very unselfish play.
Now here's McCollum.
It was rough shooting night tonight, but you can't fault him for the effort. Yeah, clearly a foul of frustration right there.
Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for the Mavericks.
Dorian Finney-Smith.
Passes it to Richardson. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. Doncic with it. And the dunk by Doncic.
Creative at finding ways to just cut inside there. Doncic, a guy you must keep your eyes on.
McCollum against Richardson. Nurkic kicks to McCollum. To halt the run, and it's good on the layup. 9 points for C.J. McCollum.
And after a scoreless first half, you're starting to see signs of life here in the second.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Damian Lillard. That'll be his second foul of the game. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Trailblazers trail by 21. Trying to break that ice-cold streak, and then Lillard slams it in.
Well, he can shoot the three, so defenses have to go out and overplay him, and that's what creates lanes for him to do stuff like that.
For Dallas, they've gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Strong work at that end of the floor. Doncic feeling it out. Here's Finney-Smith, guarded by Powell. Finney-Smith can't get it to go. Here's McCollum. And again, it's Portland converting.
Well, McCollum just catching the defense asleep right there. I don't know why you would be. CJ's such a devastating scorer.
Here's Doncic. Porzingis trying to get free.
Give them credit. They've worked hard all game, now looking to finish it.
No, great job of getting in position to win a game. It's been an all-out effort from the squad.
Lillard with no one around. A three-pointer, no good. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the Mavericks. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Mavericks.
Not only did they shoot the ball better, but they had more assists.
Yeah, I thought the passing in terms of finding the open man gave them the higher percentage shots. The ball movement was key for the win.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Luka Doncic.
It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel.
Here's the Trailblazers with the ball. It's a 16-point game. And a wide open look for McCollum. Off target with his three.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Doncic outside. Jacks up a three. Connects from three-point range.
This arena was rocking throughout the night. You could really feel the energy.
It's a huge motivation, always great for a young team, but veteran players also appreciate when fans come with that kind of energy and get into the spirit of the game.
To the middle. So no problem for Dallas as they get the win. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight. And the player introductions are wrapped up. The starting Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us on the starters for the Portland Trail Blazers. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Norman Powell is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Nurkic in at the 5. And for the Clippers, Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Marcus Morris, and it's Cousins in at the 5 spot. Covington with it, guarded now by Morris. And then Lillard slams it in.
We are talking about length and activity of Mr. Robert Covington. You want to know why coaches love his defensive presence? It's right there for you.
And how about this stat? Over the course of Robert Covington's career, over 60% of his shots coming from long range.
And Greg, the prototypical 3-and-D guy, you almost want to reverse it because defense has been the pivot point for Robert Covington's emergence as a player in this league.
Now here's Lillard. Passes it to McCollum. Offline with his 3.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Exceptional vision by Paul George. This guy is tearing up the defense.
Lillard scanning the floor. It's McCollum on the wing. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
And there's the pass to Beverley. The dish now to Cousins. Makes it off the glass.
What pretty vision right there by Patrick Beverley. Wow.
Portland's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. McCollum dishes to Covington. Morris against McCollum. Lillard outside. Just 5 to shoot. Cousins pulls it in.
Well, we didn't see the same kind of control we're used to seeing from him. This guy is usually a tremendous finisher.
Quick job of getting up the floor and creating early offense.
You don't give the defense any chance to set up. Sometimes you just love an easy look.
Here's Lillard. Following the basket by Marcus Morris. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
A physical big. Nurkic embracing, going up and attracting the contact when he's trying to score.
Portland shooting their first free throws of the game.
And when you look at their numbers from a season ago, 80% as a unit, that's something you'll be happy with.
George against McCollum. And George, here we go. Here's Leonard. That one wide left.
Well, you simply have to shake that one off, right? You can't let that kind of missed opportunity bother you.
The Clippers have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Feeds it to George. Here's Beverley. That falls. Nice speed that time from George. George has got 3 assists now in this one. And so it's McCollum with it. He brings it up for the Trailblazers. Trailing by 2. Greg, as a point guard, what is it you like to see from that position on the floor?
I think first and foremost, leadership. It's so valuable at that spot. And, you know, you always got to have your head high because your teammates are feeding off what you put forth in terms of your body language and enthusiasm. So, you know, the typical stuff about organizing offense and setting the tone on the defensive end, that stuff's important as well. But so much of how you carry yourself out on the floor when you deal with adversity and you know that you're going to, is really paramount.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Zubac is checked in for Cousins. Batum comes in for Morris. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for George. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Patrick Beverley.
You know, you love your star players making others better, and Melo with the vision there.
Kennard against McCollum. Count it, good.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
Cantor, and Cantor able to finish.
Elite offensive rebounder from the moment he stepped between the lines. Enes Kanter, that is a strength of his game.
side rondo. Pass to Zubac. And he lays it straight in.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
The Trailblazers have gone 5 of 9 from the field here in the first. Simons, the pass to McCollum.
That was nice, guys. The determination, the toughness, not going to shy away from the boards.
Leonard, that's for 2. Rebounded by McCollum.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
Again, McCollum missing. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And at the charity stripe a season ago, he didn't miss many, 90% on the year.
And the Clippers making a switch here. And so he makes both from the line.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
McCollum deciding where to go with it. And that one, good.
What a professional. McCollum's reliability on offense is such a gift to his team.
On the wing, Batum. Some great action here early as we end the first quarter. Clark in the tie. We'll be back shortly live. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen so far from the Clippers, guys. What are your thoughts?
Well, you come in thinking they're going to settle for perimeter jump shots. Think again.
They've certainly made the commitment to pounding the basketball into the painted area, and boy, is it paying dividends.
Ivica Zubac is out there with Batum. Then there's Reggie Jackson. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's man in at the 3 slot. They're the group out there for the Clippers starting the second quarter. Down low, Zubac kicks to Jackson. Batum passes to Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
Oh, that's straight TNT, baby. Explosive.
That was pretty, and he just has that effortless knack for getting inside. Back to Lillard. To the inside. Batum with the steal. And pushing it up. Here's the Clippers. Here's Kennard. A good finish at the rack off the slip feed. Kennard's got the lead up to 2 now for the Clippers. The Trailblazers shooting has been terrific. 54% on the game. Now here's Powell. Defense right on him. Lillard outside. Wide open. It's hauled in by Zubac. Clippers shooting fantastically in this game. 62% from the floor. And it's Norman Powell with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. A different look for the Clippers. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Zubac. Marcus Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. And it's Paul George in for Kennard.
What great body control from the all-star forward. Paul George, so skilled at keeping his composure under pressure.
Lillard against Jackson. Lillard attacking. That one falls. Lillard's got 4 points this quarter.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
George looking around. He gets it in there.
Yeah, that was the 3rd straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Lillard left side. Here's man. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Hits. Count that one from Nurkic.
Yeah, quick thinking, wins Dame assists. Finds the open man and the ball instantly there for the finish.
Pass to Cousins. On the wing, Morris. And here's George for 3. And no good that time. And it's Portland the other way. And Lillard kicks to Powell. Passes to Covington. Here's Lillard. That doesn't go on the chance to tie.
And that's where you want to make the next pass. This guy is a good scorer, but the defense was right on him.
Andrew Beverly, he's checked in for the Clippers. A different look now for Portland. It's Jackson with the drive. Here's Cousins. Portland grabs the miss. 1:49 left here in the second. Simons. McCollum against Jackson. Cantor, the pass to McCollum. Traps in the tray. McCollum's got 10 points.
Taking back the lead once more. Give these teams credit. Man, they are battling.
Neither team willing to give an inch, and neither able to seize the momentum. This has been a fascinating one to watch.
Portland moving the ball around. Shoots from the high post. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Cousins has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Out to Morris. No good with the layup.
I'll tell you, most of the time this guy's going to finish that, but that was tremendous defense that prohibits him from completing the play.
It's good.
A natural score. Give McCollum any room to get his shot off, and he's going to let it fly.
Morris finds Jackson. Beverly the pass to Cousins, and he makes that one.
Have to love the ball distribution. Keep everyone involved.
We'll see if they want to trade 2 for 1 here.
Got to time up that clock to do so.
Here's Simons, defended by Beverly. Cullen passes to Cantor. A floater, and that's 2 points on the layup. Cantor's got the lead up to 3 now for the Trailblazers.
Well, this guy is a skilled scorer from that area. Once Enes Kanter gets a little bit of position, he's good.
Now here's Beverly. He's guarded closely. Morris outside. You can't get that one. And some good action through the first 2 quarters. Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the 3rd quarter gets underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings. C.J. McCollum was on fire in the first half. He had 12 points, 2 rebounds.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. You know, C.J. McCollum has been exceptional here, guys.
Man, how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column? Through 2 quarters, he has been terrific.
And one would expect that the defense made some adjustments at halftime, but he has the ability to answer right back.
Here's who Terry Stotts is starting the second half with. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic. Then there's Norman Powell. Then it's Damian Lillard.
When the story of Kawhi Leonard is told, it will be about the hard work being the secret of his success. Here was a guy who was not the most vaunted prospect in either high school or college. But boy, he kept his eyes on what he was after, and he kept working. Oh, what a mid-air adjustment. You know, he had to alter his release point, but didn't let it throw off the shot.
Inside. Kicks it to Powell. 6 to shoot. To the wing right side. Here's Lillard. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And Doris, you were talking about Leonard's work ethic. Going back to San Diego State, he used to come in at 6:30 in the morning. No lights on in the gym, so he brought his own lamps. I mean, the guy was dedicated.
No doubt, Kevin, and that has been the through line of his career. First to practice, last to leave. He has that hunger to improve, the drive and the desire to put in the time to be great. There's a price to be paid, and he's willing to pay it.
This one for 3. Kennard with the rebound.
Sometimes you just have an off day, and this is one of those games for him.
Here's Batum. Zubac trying to break loose. A shot by Batum, no good. Lillard from outside. No good that time. So the Clippers will take it the other way.
Well, an 0-for-3 start to the half, you need to pick it up and start to put some pressure on your opponent.
And now that's how you start a fast break and how you finish it.
Rondo against Lillard. It's a hand on it, and Covington stays with it.
And they get one. Now 1 of 5 here in the third.
Clippers trail by 3. Zubac the pass to Leonard. Great D that time from Nurkic. And there's the feed to Covington. He kicks to Nurkic. There's the pass to Powell. Lillard with it. Zubac defending. Lillard attacking. Count that one. And it's a 5-point Trailblazer lead. Greg, in New York, you obviously played in a number of championship contending teams. What do the Knicks have to do to get back to that feel, that kind of team?
Well, listen, it starts with stability across the board, but mainly that means at the top. And you got to give this new front office, this new regime, an opportunity. I think they got some good young pieces. But title contenders are not in a constant state of flux right now. They've got to take their baby steps here and start moving in the right direction.
Like you say, it does begin in the front office. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double checking, and the game continues on.
Out to the wing, to the paint, and it'll go. And the Blazer lead is cut down to 3 on the bucket from Leonard.
How about the focus and locked-in nature of Kawhi Leonard? My goodness.
And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there.
Boy, that's the last thing they needed. This game too close to be making those kinds of errors.
George is checked in for the Clippers. Patrick Beverly comes in for Rajon Rondo. And a switch here also for Portland. Carmelo Anthony, he's checked in for Robert Covington.
Boy, you have got to love the energy Paul George is playing with. Throws the hammer down.
Cullen passes to Simons. Now Cantor, defended by Batum. Kicks it out to McCollum. And he banks in the layup. McCollum's got 14 points.
If there's a weakness in your defense, McCollum will find it. Reads the floor exceptionally well.
Batum with the ball. The baseline J. And he overshot that one, missing.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Taken away by Anthony. The 3 from McCollum. It's hauled in by George. And so George will bring it up for the Clippers. It's a 3-point game. That one drops for him. 8 points for him.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
McCollum against Kennard. A putback, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
How about the anticipation and the timing there? He is all over it.
Kennard, the pass to George. 4 seconds left, and the shot goes down. George has got 6 here in this quarter.
I'll tell you, that's the speed of Paul George on the drive. Amazing attack on the rim.
McCollum from deep 3-point land. Off target with that shot. And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got... And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
He's got the size to survey over the top of the defense and find the open man. That was beautiful.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. They've got Jackson. Marcus Morris is out there with Paul George. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins, and it's Beverly in at the point. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
Simons surveying the D. To the middle. Here's Cantor. Banked in off the glass.
There's a certain resiliency to this team, and you're starting to see it.
No doubt, keeping it very close. They're going to have to step up even more to get over the hump here.
And Beverly kicks to Jackson. Dishes it to Morris. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. And the Clippers lead by 1.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team.
Down low. And no good. But close in that one, so he'll shoot 2.
I'll tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
The throw good, McCollum.
And when you think of McCollum, the word efficient comes to mind. This guy just shoots the ball and plays the game at a high level.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Mann's checked in. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Patrick Beverly. The Trailblazers also changing it up. Nurkic checked in for Enes Kanter. Norman Powell comes in for Derek Jones. And Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simon. Time running low, guys, and somebody has got to win this one.
Yeah, well, who knows? We might need overtime in this one. It's been that kind of a game.
And Lillard kicks to Anthony. McCollum left side. Inside, out to Anthony. 4 on the clock. He's looking for Lillard and finds him. McCollum, no good. For Los Angeles, they've gotten all 3 of their shots to drop here in the fourth quarter. They came out of the break on a roll.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Outside for Jackson. Back to Cousins. And they double up Cousins. Here's Jackson. The second effort. And Cousins gets it to go.
That's just great work by DeMarcus Cousins. Persistence, great scoring ability, and that's how you manufacture points.
Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Lillard against Rondo. That one goes in.
And that was the right call. When you need a basket, go to the guys you trust the most.
Well, you've got to earn trust and equity by making shots. Nice delivery there.
Feeds it to Cousins. And Cousins throws it down.
This is when you go to your big-time shot makers. Cousins, yes, sir.
Lillard against Rondo. Elbow shot. And that one off the back of the rim and in.
Proof positive that Lillard is worthy. That's talent you can build a franchise around.
On the wing, Morris. To the inside, Cousins, and Cousins throws it down.
Well, he's such a good athlete for a center. It's how he's able to succeed despite being one of the smallest 5s in the NBA.
And they go to the intentional foul. Look at the clock, a little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. Lillard outside. Inside, it's stolen by Morris. Here's Leonard, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Let's remember, this is a former Finals MVP. He will not blink in the biggest of moments.
Lillard fires away from way outside. DeMarcus Cousins comes up with the rebound. Cousins has got 6 rebounds in the game. Los Angeles leading by 5. Leonard looking over the floor. Down low. Cousins, the pass to Leonard. Back to Cousins. Kicks it out to Leonard. 5 to shoot. That one, no good. Good D by McCollum. Covington finds Lillard. Money! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
This is what he's known for. When it's an important possession, Lillard knows how to come through.
Lillard against George. Out to Morris. Beverly the pass to George. To the paint. Here's Morris. Yes!
Looking to close it out. That one might have been the backbreaker.
Well, at this point, they're so far up, it would take a real collapse to give this game away at this point.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
I'll tell you, it takes confidence to pull the trigger in that situation. You love guys who relish the moment.
Man, it took forever for them to commit that foul. I don't know why they didn't do it right away. Those are precious seconds.
Gets the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead.
To think that at one point, after that horrific leg injury, Paul George, there was some doubt whether he could regain the level of play we're accustomed to. But this guy gets better and better.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. They're down by 4. 8 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What do you think, guys?
No time to waste here. Quick bucket and a foul.
Everybody has got to be in the exact perfect position defensively, and execution has got to be on point.
It drops, and that shot brings them to within just 1.
We know this about Robert Covington. He is a team man first and foremost. Pretty pass.
And it's Norman Powell with the foul. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 3-point game.
Well, those are essential free throws to make that 3-point lead. It's going to take something from long range now to tie this game.
Now a timeout called by Portland. They're trailing by 3. 5 seconds left in the game. What's your take, guys?
And with this much time, they should be able to drop a play and get themselves a decent look from the 3-point line. Still, the D is going to be waiting for it in a contested 3. Never an easy shot.
Stolen by Cantor. And regulation now complete. He will go to overtime. And we'll be back. These teams have battled tooth and nail before quarters, and now we head to overtime. Should be a blast. So the Clippers win the tip. And so they have the first opportunity on offense right here as we begin overtime. Courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineup for us now in overtime. On the floor for Portland. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Enes Kanter. And it's Powell in at the small forward position.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
Boy, we're seeing it more and more. Guys looking to create additional space by stepping back further from the line.
And this is peak Dame. Rising, firing, one of the more confident shooters we have in our game.
Stolen by McCollum to take the lead. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. And they're able to recover. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Goes up again, and he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Lillard's got 4 points now in the quarter. And here's Beverly. He brings it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. And the bucket is good. And here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated. We'll have to now review the personal foul in question.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands. as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Lays it up off the glass. And the Trailblazers lead by 1.
And the swag Nurkic plays with, it's infectious. He doesn't back down from taking a big shot.
Leonard attacking, and he goes big with the dunk right over Robert Covington.
Well, Kawhi Leonard might be quiet off the court, but on the court he makes a lot of noise.
It's McCollum on the wing. Nurkic the pass to Covington. Kicks it out to Lillard. Hits the three-point bomb. Lillard's got 32 points.
And such a clutch shooter. I mean, he lives with a big shot. And when he's rolling like this, watch out.
Beverly the pass to Cousins. And Covington sends it back.
So disruptive at the defensive end. Look in the box score, and Covington will be the source of blocks and steals consistently.
And it's Lillard missing.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
I think expect them to go back to it, because that's the kind of shot this offense is designed to generate. You can see Paul George is locked in right now. Big-time shots demonstrate his elite level in the NBA.
What a shot over the bigger defender. That could prove to be a massive bucket.
Well, you mentioned the size difference. There was a lot working against him in that matchup, but he still comes through big in the clutch.
Leonard dishes to Morris. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Robert Covington picks one up.
Kawhi Leonard is a career 85% free throw shooter. You do not want to put him at the line.
Both free throws good from Kawhi Leonard.
How fantastic was that? One mistake and the game's over, but he gets it done.
Lillard against Beverly. And the rejection by Cousins. Got it. Here's George. Morris looking over the floor. And the Clippers call time here. They trail by 2. 3 seconds left in the first overtime. The 3 from George. And so the big win by Portland in a tight game. They had to scrape and claw to push it to overtime.